Alrighty, so hey guys, it's KMCers. I'm Kirsten and welcome back to another video. So today's video is episode 2 of our spooky season. So let's just jump right into this case. Tony DeMar Bagley was born on September 6th of 1987. He was 7 years old from Las Vegas, Nevada. His parents were Lachelle Cooper and Anthony Bagley. He also did have a sister named Chanel Bagley. Let's talk about the incident that occurred. On Halloween night of October 31st of 1994, Tony was trick-or-treating with his mom, his sister, and his aunt. He was dressed up as a skeleton and he kind of ran ahead of his family to like the end of the block, kind of. Around 6:15, a man ran up and opened fire on the Bagley family. His 10-year-old sister Chanel, his mom Lachelle Cooper, and his aunt, who remained unnamed, got hit with bullets as well, as Tony did. Tony was shot in the head. Chanel required surgery to remove part of her liver. His aunt got shot in the leg. His mother got hit in the chest, and they were treated and released. And Tony was placed on life support. And on November 1st of 1994, Tony passed away. Now let's talk about the investigation. Witnesses said that this man is about 5'8". He was African American. He was dressed in dark colored hooded sweatsuit. And after the shooting, he jumped into a car that was waiting for him and they drove off with their headlights off. Police very much did look into this vehicle and they never found anything on it. The shooting appeared as premeditated, targeting the Bagley family because they were the only ones that were injured in this whole thing, and there was people on the street obviously trick-or-treating. So theories started to come out because there was no evidence of anything. Everything was very hard to figure out, and so theories started to show up. And the very first theory was that a family member was the intended target that wasn't there that night. And this theory kind of is the only one that has really stuck, but at the time, the investigators looked into it, but nothing ever worked out. Nothing made sense. Police started to believe that the shooting might have had been for retaliation for a drug deal that had gone wrong. I also think that the grandmother thought that too. But the police had no real leads, and it became harder and harder for them to find the person that did this. So they started to become very desperate to find answers, and they relied on a psychic. The mother, the grandmother, and the police decided to fly down to LA where they would talk to the psychic. The psychic told them that there was a gun in an abandoned building. So the police went back and they tried to find this gun in an abandoned building, and unfortunately they just never found a gun. There was no gun there. The Bagley family started to lose hope, but they did get a little bit of hope again when 4 months later their case, Tony's case, was broadcasted on the TV show America's Most Wanted. Unfortunately, the show said that they never got any type of calls on this case, which is very disappointing for the family. On the 1 year anniversary, Bob Stupik, a gambling Mongol, offered $100,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of Tony's killers. But again, this didn't help. It didn't come about. No new leads. Nothing happened. So 3.5 years after, in 1998, Anthony Bagley was charged and convicted of murdering Curtis Henry. The story behind that is he was there to collect a debt that Curtis owed, and Curtis did not have that kind of money on him, so he tried to run away and got shot by Anthony. And then Anthony got into a vehicle and drove away. but got into the passenger side of the vehicle and drove away, which is very similar to what actually happened with Tony. So some people actually believe that Anthony might be involved. He has never spoken about if he knows or knew any information about it. He's never talked to the police about his son Tony and his case. Tony's mother even says that he is an evil man, and she actually blames Anthony for Tony's death. He also is within the same size range as the killer of Tony. He is about 5'8". He is also African American, and he did kind of the same thing with the car. But all of this is very not solid evidence to say that he did anything. And there was some information that did come about in 1990, Anthony did request a paternity test done for Tony. It did come back that Tony is his son, but that raised up some more questions with Anthony, and so a lot of people believe that Anthony was maybe the intended target. Maybe it was retaliation for gang violence. Who has no idea what happened or why this happened. Anthony is serving 2 consecutive life terms in Nevada State Prison. And Tony's case still remains unsolved to this day with no new leads. Yeah, that is the case. There is going to be no trial. There's not really an aftermath. I mean, the family just doesn't have answers, and that is very, very sad. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave you with some photos of Tony. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below what case you want to hear next, and subscribe if you haven't already to join our family. We would love to have you. We're on our way to 150 subscribers by the end of the year, and we are about 15-20 subscribers away from that goal. So let's go ahead, if you haven't, subscribe, because I promise you it'll be worth it. This is KMCers, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.